Would the Mega Minion team beat the Fantastic Four? Well, that's what we are trying to figure out today in the first episode of my banger of a series where I put the Mega Minions from Despicable Me 4 up against an iconic superhero squad. And we are starting out with the great one. It's the Fantastic Four. Now, for those who don't know, the Mega Minions are a team of 5 minions who were given a serum by the Anti-Villain League that gave each of them unique superpowers. Mega Dave got super strength. Mega Tim became stretchy, Mega Mel was given a laser on his eye, Mega Gus became bullet-shaped and learned to fly, and Mega Jerry became this unstoppable thing. Notable victories for the Mega Minions: Maxime Lamal. Now the Fantastic Four, on the other hand, are a team of 4 scientists who developed powers on a mission to space gone wrong. This was Sue Storm, who became the Invisible Woman, who can go invisible and create force fields, her brother Johnny, who became the Human Torch and can fly and become immersed in fire, Reed Richards, who became their leader, Mr. Fantastic, and has stretching powers, and finally, Ben Grimm, who became the Thing, which is, well, a thing. Notable victories for the Fantastic Four: Dr. Doom and Galactus. Which one would come out victorious in a brawl, though? That's what we're trying to answer here. Let's get to battle, right? So, what would most likely happen is they go into these one-on-one matchups. Mega Tim would take on Mr. Fantastic, and the two would eventually get tangled together in a mangled-up mess. Mega Tim, being shorter and more agile, would sneak around and tie Mr. Fantastic into a bow tie knot, and he would look something like this before Tim tranquilizes and removes him from the premises. The next matchup would be both Mega Mel and Mega Gus teaming up against the Human Torch. Now, Mel and Gus would use their master intelligence to lure Johnny Storm into space, where he would become weak. Then, Mega Mel would do his thing. Next, Mega Dave versus the Invisible Woman. This would be the toughest matchup, and I mean toughest. Real tough. My best versus your best. Expert scientist versus genius. First, Dave uses his intellect to come up with the plan to cover her with tar and feathers. Then, while she is in disbelief, Dave jumps up to the top of a 34-story building. Now, tarred and feathered, Invisible Woman calls her brother for help. No answer. She can still see, but now she cannot go invisible, because Dave would see her. Dave jumps off the building right onto Sue Storm. However, she uses a force field to protect herself. The genius Mega Dave has been outsmarted. Have no fear. Dave returns to the top of the building and tears out a chunk. He then drops it and jumps a few seconds after it. Storm blocks the rock and, thinking she is safe, removes the force field. That is when Dave instantly lands on top of her. No more Susan Storm. And lastly, Mega Jerry versus the Thing. And really, after 5 seconds of running into each other and nothing happening, they just decide to go to Waffle House together and become best friends for life and go gambling a lot. I mean, really. The definition of unstoppable force versus immovable object. So there you have it. The Mega Minions would basically defeat the Fantastic Four. Thanks for watching.